Hey, I thought I'd go over my modded gems and also how gem artifacts work in this game. I'm just gonna make this a quick video. I'm pretty tired today. I feel like you've already seen me play through this game 5 times. I've streamed probably like 95% of my time with this game, so let's just get straight into it. So there are a few things I've noticed. Um, the first is that the length of the game, meaning how many turns you take, seems to directly influence drop rate and drop quality. At the beginning of a run, even on Chaos, this is a Chaos run right now, you won't get that many good things. When you start getting around, I'd say, turn like 70 to 100, much better things tend to drop. So you might want to, can be a little bit beneficial to actually have a longer run because you'll get more stuff that way. There is no way to mitigate the RNG in this game at all besides just having a longer run. That's pretty much how it seems right now. Now I have played this game 5 times, almost 40 hours, and you want to see how many attack speed gems I have? Let me go ahead and sort them. I'm not making this up, by the way. Okay, so let's remove all the sorting here. So I have to give a disclaimer. These ones here that you see, these 5 here, or these 6, they come with the game. I don't know if it was from just starting the game or having the DLC. I was actually given the deluxe edition with all the cosmetic DLC when I got my review key. These don't count. Also, these 2 don't count because this is the modded one that I'm using, which I'll get into shortly. And then this is another modded one that I got. This is the only attack speed drop that I've gotten. I've talked to other people in the community, and there's some people are theorizing that it might be glitched or something on the international version / patch of the game. The PC version actually came out in December, but it did not have Japanese text. It only had Japanese text. It did not have any other languages. They patched it in. Some people are theorizing that something broke because I talked to somebody on Twitter and he said that he played the Japanese version of this game while I didn't, and he said that he had numerous of these, and I haven't. So I just went ahead and made some gems. See, I made this one here. I gave myself some armor, a little bit more healing. The healing is actually very minimal. And I gave myself witch time during counters and guard breaks. You may remember when I played the original game, I did that as well. And then on this one, I just gave myself, it's basically just like playing with turbo on. I gave myself a bunch of attack speed and range. Overall, it just makes the game a lot more fun. If you want the cheat engine table, I'll go ahead and I'll post it in the description. What you'll have to do is ideally... Hold on, let me put the sorting back on. Ideally, you'll want to... Whatever gems you decide to mod, you have up to 6 slots. So you should really only need about 2 of these. I would recommend waiting until you have some all-element lord gems, because the way elements work, the way gear works in this game is that it depends on what artifact you have equipped. When you have a epic or yellow artifact equipped, that means that you'll have the strongest weapons, and then it goes down in a descending order. So if you have all element gems and you mod the stuff that you want on them, then basically all that means is that you have a bunch of other slots. Like right now, I've got Slash on because Slash is really fun to play with the level 6 element bonus, which I'll probably make a video about that maybe later this week. Basically means that I can just put any of these other ones on that I want to, and I just have these 2, this Iron Armor gem and this Slash Lord gem, or you know, the modded stuff. So basically, once you have all element gems, I would recommend using the cheat engine table to just mod 1 or 2 of those and put whatever stuff you want on. Ideally, attack speed. I think the game is a lot more fun with attack speed, but it does not seem to drop for some reason. I've talked to numerous people, and they said that they've had a hard time getting it, so I can only assume something's wrong. In any case, just go ahead and get into some quick gameplay here. Got my homie Ling Tong as the ruler. It's an underdog playthrough, but the game seems to have a system in place where turn length actually directly correlates to the quality of gear that you get. So if you play one of the easier scenarios where you're playing as Wei and Cao Cao has like half of the country already taken over, you probably won't get as many good things as when you play with an underdog like this. So that is nice, but unfortunately there's very few ways to mitigate RNG in this game. Trying to get into a fight here. Alright, I'm finally into a fight, so let's go ahead and show this off. Alright, so once again, this is what I'm using currently. Got a boatload of attack speed, some evade speed, range on trigger attacks, and I'm also using the slash artifact, which actually, one thing people have not mentioned, as you can see, I seem to have all the artifacts here. When you have an element level at level 6, that essentially means that you will get a new passive, actually a new active buff. All the elements have their own unique ability. With the slash element, what actually happens is that you will do an offensive dash whenever you dodge cancel out of a trigger attack. So I think it's really fun to use, especially with weapons that have really good trigger attacks. Let's get into it. Like this. So it only works on trigger attacks. See, when I cancel out of a flow attack, it won't work. It only works from trigger attacks. So weapons that have really large hitboxes for their like stun attacks, their stun triggers are actually really good to use with slash. Do fun stuff like this, come down with the Helm Breaker trigger, and then immediately cancel. Ranged trigger attacks are actually really good for this. Purpose too.
後輩の攻め見せてやるぜ。まだ死ねえ。私も見習わなきゃ。どれ、ここは敵の今日つくとしよう。この高校飛型の
So when you have the slash gem, it essentially means that your fastest way of clearing bases is going to be using whatever your longest range trigger attack is, and then just dash canceling it. He's got a line. This is Ling Tong's son, by the way. Got a nice original character, do not steal, right here. Children are actually really overpowered in this game because they can get max proficiency on every weapon type, and they can also have higher stats than playable characters. Alright, let's go in and end this side.
城壁から中にお邪魔しますか。敵さん、今なら叩けそうだね。さあ、もう一押しといきますか。
ここが正念場だ。抜かせんようがっちり守るぞ。
敵に背中を見せることは許さん。この地を支持するのだ。
やれやれ参った。これでこいつたちは我が子に抜かれちまう
まだお迎えはいらんでの。また戦場で会おうぞ。敵将。
That's basically the gist of it. I actually haven't tried a lot of the other elements maxed out yet. I'll probably edit together a video of them later this week. Overall, I really enjoy this game. I know people are going to be asking for my opinions constantly about this game. I've had fun with it. I'm not being paid to play it, obviously. I did get the review key, but I'm not sponsored to play this or anything, so... I've had fun with it. I think the problem is just that they brought the Lord Gems back, but they got rid of all the ways to mitigate it. Like, you can't craft Lord Gems, you cannot combine them, or anything like that at all. You're completely at the mercy of RNG. And if you're like me, you like fast attack speed, and you like a more responsive character, and you like the, the fun mechanics changing stuff that they have in the Lord Gems, you could play this game forever and not get anything. You actually would be better off playing like a mobile gacha game over this if you want to like actually play something and work towards a goal and actually achieve it. I think that really sucks, especially for console players, but if you're playing on PC, you can at least mod some of that stuff in, and this game makes it really easy to do that. In the original game, there was also a Lord Gem editor, but the problem was you needed to make one for every element type, and you had to constantly switch them around with weapons and stuff. It was a real pain, whereas here, let me get back to the menu, and I'll show you exactly how this works one times. It's a little bit confusing. This is my first Empires game. I have not played, I have not really played any of the other Empires games for more than a couple minutes over the years, so, I think this game does a pretty poor job of, like, teaching you how the non-combat stuff works. You're kind of gonna have to rely on the community. Okay, so when you have an epic artifact, that essentially means you have the best weapons in the game. So you can go down here. There is no purchasing weapons in this game at all. Basically, the artifacts are just drops that you can get from a variety of activities in the game. Most likely, you're going to get most of them on Chaos, just playing the game, or you can get them from NPCs. When you equip an epic artifact, it gives you access to the strongest weapon in every category. So as you can see, I just sorted it by strength. So here's all the weapon types in the game, starting from here. So having artifacts is very important. That's what's going to allow you to take on the harder difficulties a lot easier, because you'll have these, but then also you have the proficiencies at the bottom. Ideally, you want to create a bunch of children NPCs and go through a bunch of generations. Like right now, this guy, I just named him Busted. He's Ling Tong's son. He has almost half of the categories maxed out. He's got swords and stuff maxed out too, so he's in pretty good shape. In the event that he has an offspring, then that son or daughter will actually have those stats. Artifacts and using children to get farther in the game are going to be the easiest ways to make it a little bit less frustrating to get through Chaos. There's a lot of problems with Chaos. There's a lot of RNG in the fights as well. Mostly just stems from what plans you get, which plan you use. There are a lot of different variables, like the sorcery captain ones are generally the best ones to take because they will allow you to cripple the enemy's morale and allow you to take over their bases really fast, which will cripple their morale even more, and you can pretty much just sweep the fight. However, there are some objectives that are harder than others, like the ones where you have to protect them for about 3 minutes. There's a lot of RNG in this game. If you're playing it on PC, I would recommend just making some modded gems like this. It's actually unacceptable that I played this for almost 40 hours, and I've only earned 1 attack speed gem on my own. So I just took it upon myself. I beat the game like 4 times as intended. I don't like to mess around with mods, and so I played the game as intended. But if you have the game on PC, I would recommend just taking 2 all-element gems and then just craft them, just edit them with whatever you want. And then from there, you have a bunch of, I have a bunch of other lore gems and pretty much all the other categories. You can just make a build out of those, but then just edit the fun stuff in that way. I think this is actually one of my favorite action roguelikes, for better or for worse. It's just, it could use a couple patches. I don't think it's cool that you can play this game forever and get nothing that you want. I think that's pretty dumb. That was a problem in the original game as well, but for some reason, you know how they always are. They go 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They have no way to craft lore gems. You can't really sell them or anything. You're completely at the mercy of the RNG. So I recommend playing through the game at least until you get to hard mode. And then if you have the game on PC, just edit like this. I'll go ahead and I'll put the gem editor cheat table in the description. Thanks for watching.